Hey everyone, how's it going? Arcanome here again. I've got another Champion Showcase battle for you. This one is going to be a rematch from one of my previous victories. This is going to be against Ksu. Corrected me on the pronunciation from the last time. It's not KSU. I believe he said it's Ksu. Hopefully I'm getting that right this time. So he made some switches, and he came back ready and prepared for his second fight against the champion. I believe this battle was at the end of the third day. It was right before we were closing down our booth in the Diversity Lounge. So he wanted to try and get his win before the day was over. So, looking at his team, we can see he's got a lot of differences. Not seeing many of the same Pokemon. We do see the Lopunny, which, looking at his team, I'm going to say is probably his Mega again. So going through his team, we see the Scizor, which could potentially be a Mega as well. I feel like it's probably going to be the Lopunny though. Scizor has pretty good physical bulk, and it's got good physical attack. So it can be bulky, it can be offensive, it can be used kind of like sport with a defog or something like that. It has that technician ability, so it can boost the power of its bullet punch, which gets stab. It's a very strong priority move, so definitely something to watch out for. It does have that 4 times weakness to fire typing, which I do have an Arcanine on my team, which I often run Arcanine. And I always say Arcanine is like the perfect counter to Scizor. The Intimidate lowers its attack. You can burn it, cut its attack in half from there, and it's got resisted to its stab moves, both its bug typing stab and its steel typing stab. Knockoff is something to watch out for, but still Arcanine is pretty good against the Scizor, so I'm not worried too much, but it still has the capability to really hurt my team. Then we see the Landorus, which is pretty powerful, physically offensive as well. It has the Intimidate, which can come in. You can use that pretty well, lower your opponent's attack, and be really useful. Sometimes we see a Lander Scarfed, so it makes sure that it goes faster than everything, because it's got pretty good speed to begin with. So expect maybe some Earthquakes, potentially Rock Slide, Knockoff. It could have a U-turn, so it can come in, maybe do some scouting, do a little damage and get out, a little chip damage or whatever. So definitely something to watch out for. Also the potential for Stealth Rocks as well. Then we see Lucario. Now, by PPL rules, as of now, and as of Prime, Mega Lucario is banned. So it's pretty sure it's not going to be a Mega Evolution. Again, I'm expecting that Lopunny to be the Mega. Now, I believe Lucario can go either physically or specially offensive. I'm not too familiar with Lucario. It's not something that I've used before, and I haven't seen a whole lot of them. I have faced them before. I tend to deal with them pretty quickly, so I don't have too much trouble. But either way, it's a pretty strong offensive presence. And then we see the Azumarill, which, to be honest, Belly Drum Azumarill kind of terrifies me. Typically, I don't have something that's really great against Azumarill, so oftentimes, if it comes in at the right time, it would force me to switch because I can't deal with it with what I have in, so that gives it the free Belly Drum or something like that. So it's something that typically I have trouble facing. On this team, I do have a Superior, which can be pretty good against it, but I still want to prevent that Belly Drum and those Aqua Jets coming after, if at all possible. Then we see the Lopunny, which, as I've said several times, I'm pretty sure that's going to be his Mega. Strong, physically offensive capabilities there. It's pretty fast. It's got that Fake Out for that increased priority on the first turn that it's in. Pretty strong overall Pokemon. And his last Pokemon is his Mamoswine. Now, the first few times I faced Mamoswine, it kind of surprised me because it was pretty powerful, it was pretty bulky, and it was pretty fast. It's not like extreme stats in either of those, but they're all pretty good. So it's something it could potentially take hits. It can do some damage. It can also set up Stealth Rocks, which is another Pokemon, and Stealth Rock is very good against the Dragonite. So he knows I have a Dragonite because this is his rematch. So it's something that, it's pretty high chance that he's going to be having Stealth Rock on his team, either on his Landorus or his Mamoswine. So that's definitely something that I want to watch out for. Now, if you look at my team, you might notice there's one small difference. That's I have a Hitmonlee instead of a Hawlucha. No, Hitmonlee is something, when I thought of the connection to professional wrestling, I tried it out, found a set on Smogon that I tried, I enjoyed it. So I wanted to use it, but it kind of fit the same kind of role as Hawlucha, so I didn't want to use them both on the same team. So I decided I would switch them out, kind of as I felt like using them. I ended up trying to do Hawlucha the first time someone faced me, and Hitmonlee in the rematch. So it was a little something different when they came back, and then I got to use both of them. I didn't have too many rematches, so I ended up having people, pick a number 1 or 2. One was Hawlucha, 2 was Hitmonlee, so I decided which one I used. That way I could get some more time with both of them. So let's get this battle started, and we can see if Keisu is going to be able to defeat me in his rematch. So I'm going to see here, he's going to start with the Mamoswine. So I'm thinking, if he started in Mamoswine, possibly Stealth Rocks. So I'm going to go for the Swords Dance. It's going to raise my attack 2 stages. And there's the Stealth Rocks, which I was kind of expecting, like I said. And I'm going to get the speed boost here. So now, I have a Baton Pass out. If I switch to my Dragonite, he's going to break his multi-scale. It's not something I really want to do. So I decided to go into my Arcanine, which may seem a little weird off the bat, but I know from experience that with Intimidate, Arcanine can be pretty good at taking ground moves, even though they're super effective. Fortunately, he goes for the Ice-type move, which is going to give me the opportunity to burn him, and that is really going to hurt this Mamoswine's offensive capabilities. So with the Intimidate and the Will-O-Wisp, I'm going to be able to take this Earthquake, not taking too much damage. And I know I outspeed, I have the +1 speed boost as well, but I'm going to take this opportunity to switch out, and I'm going to try and get some Leaf Storms going, and boost my superior special attack if I can. So you can see there, with the Earthquake being not very effective, the Burn and the Intimidate, Earthquake's not going to be doing a whole lot to Superior. He's going to go for the Ice Shard to get some priority damage in. So it's going to do a little bit, but I'm going to get the Leaf Storm. It's going to be the +2 special attack, and it's going to take out the Mamoswine. So he's going to come in with his next Pokemon. It's going to be the Scizor, which is pretty good for defending against a Superior. Superior can't really do much against Scizor. Its move pool is a bit shallow. The best thing would probably be Hidden Power Fire, but I don't typically run Hidden Power Fire, any Hidden Powers on my Pokemon because they're really complicated to get. So I broke out kind of my surprise move on my Superior, which is the Knockoff. When I first picked the Superior, nothing else had it, so I figured throw it on, surprise people, knock off their item. So that's going to help against the Scizor because it knocked off his Choice Band. So I come in with my Dragonite, its multi-scale is broken. Fortunately for me, he's going to be able to take the Rock Blast, or Rock Slide, and that's going to activate his weakness policy. I'm going to get the Dragon Dance off, but there's that Choice Scarf that I mentioned that sometimes you see on Landorus. So even with the +1 speed, his speed stat is faster, so he's going to be able to outspeed my Dragonite, completely shut it down, which is very unfortunate for me. So I'm going to come in with my Arcanine, Get the Intimidate off, so that's not going to be able to do as much damage. And now, hoping for the miss. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. It's going to take out my Arcanine here as well. So I'm going to come in with my Mandibuzz. I know the Landorus is at -1 attack, and Mandibuzz is pretty bulky, so I feel confident I can bring it in and get the defog off to get rid of those Stealth Rocks finally. It's a little bit late considering my Dragonite is gone and my Arcanine are gone, but I guess better late than never. It's still good to have them out of here, and he can't set them up again because his Mamoswine is gone. So I'm going to go for the Foul Play against Scizor. It's going to do decent damage because Scizor's attack is pretty high. And he's going to go ahead and knock off my Leftovers, which kind of stinks to not have that Leftovers recovery. So he goes for the Bullet Punch for a little bit of damage before he gets taken down by the second Foul Play. So he's back out with his Landorus, which I know is going to be faster. He's got the Rock Slide, which is super effective. And that's going to be enough to take out the Mandibuzz. So I'm going to come out here with my Hitmonlee. I'm going to try and make this work. His set is something that is surprisingly, well, not really that surprisingly, but it's very easy to shut down. I kind of wanted him to hit me, because I use the Endure, so I wanted him to hit me. Unfortunately, he switched out, so, you know, the Azumarill is not something that I want my Hitmonlee to be facing off against. So I switched to my Scolipede, which I know is Poison type, would resist the Fairy type move. Did get a crit, but I survived with 2 HP that Aqua Jet, and I hit him with the Mega Horn. Didn't do a whole lot of damage though, so the second Aqua Jet is going to take down my Scolipede here. And even without the Belly Drum, this Azumarill is kind of hurting me. So I'm going to go for the Endure again here, and expecting the Play Rough, which he does go for. So the Endure is going to allow me to survive with 1 HP. Now with 1 HP, that's going to activate my Lychee Berry, which is going to raise my attack by 1 stage. It's also going to activate my Unburden, so now my Hitmonlee speed is doubled. Now, unfortunately, he does have Aqua Jet, so I know I have to go for my own priority. It's not going to do a whole lot of damage because it's priority move, and he resists it. So we see there, Keisu able to defeat me on his second try, and earning his way into the PAX Pokemon League Prime 2015 Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Keisu. It was great to battle you. It was great to battle you again. I hope you had a good time challenging the league. It was great to have you, and I hope to see you again in the future. In this battle, I feel like I definitely could have used my Dragonite better and my Arcanine better. The big thing was the Stealth Rocks. It was something that I predicted was going to be coming in the battle, but I mean, it's been a while, so I can't exactly remember, but I often forget the Stealth Rocks are there, which is, something that happens. Like, I tend to rush and kind of miss things, so I feel like I have the whole thing thought out, and I pick my move, and I do it, and then I realize I missed something, and it turns out to be something important, like Stealth Rocks when I'm sending in my Dragonite. So that was a pretty big error. If I had my multi-scale intact, I haven't run damage calculations or anything, but it's possible I could have survived a second Rock Slide, in which point I would have been able to take out that Landorus. It shouldn't have been too much of a problem. I would have been at +2 because of the Dragon Dance and Weakness Policy activation, minus the 1 attack from Intimidate. So it wasn't very good use of my Dragonite. It's definitely don't want to be sending Dragonite in when there's Stealth Rocks, period. So that wasn't... I didn't perform very well there. And also, my Arcanine, I feel I could have used better. Came in for the Intimidate against the Landorus. but again, it took Stealth Rock damage, he was at reduced health, and the Landers had Rock Slide, which I was, expecting was a possibility, and then I knew for sure that he had it. So definitely my use of those two Pokemon could have been better. Unfortunately, my Hitmonlee ended up going against that Azumarill, which is not a good matchup at all. So it was a very good battle by Keisu. I was happy to face him, and like I said, hopefully I'll see him again in the future. Come back for a rematch if you see me again as a gym leader. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed that battle. Just another reminder, PAC South applications are still open. If you are interested in being a gym leader at PAC South, go ahead and fill that out. It's the first post on our website, just the main page, paxpokemonleague.net. Link as usual is always in the description. As well as everywhere else you can find us, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and all that stuff. So thank you again everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.